Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to David Let Go to Hobbies. Right, Scottish Power saga continues. Why is Scottish Power going to lose customers hand over fist? Well, perhaps they need to learn to treat people like human beings instead of treating people like, what should we say? Let's reword that. Instead of making people feel suicidal, stressed, giving them depression, anxiety, heart palpitations, mental health issues. Why does Scottish Power do this? Will they ever learn? Why has Scottish Power got such bad management? Why has Scottish Power got such a poor customer service standards? Making over £1,000 million profit, and they are charging extortionate rates. Same with other energy companies, penalising the general public and making huge profits. Do you reckon? I reckon why? Because through COVID, they took substantial losses, I think. Because all the years of underpaying on electricity, now because they're a private limited company and because they're not even UK owned, yes, Scottish Power is not UK. You wouldn't believe it. It's owned, I believe, by a Spanish company. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you wonder why these companies are allowed to get away with this. The management is disgraceful. The way they've implemented the system of collecting debts is a disgrace, and Scottish Power is an absolutely abysmal company to be as a customer of them. I speak from my own personal experience, and the experience I've had with Scottish Power is absolutely disgraceful for them. They have hounded me, they've harassed me, they've stressed me out beyond belief, they have made me feel suicidal, they gave me heart palpitations, and they've stressed me beyond belief. This is what type of company Scottish Power is. I'm not making this up. I had to go to the doctors because they made me feel so bad. Why am I saying this to you? Don't go with Scottish Power if you don't want to be stressed and go through what I went through. Because why did I go through this? Because unfortunately, I lost the job I was working at, and I was basically unemployed, and I went on claim universal credits. But they don't stop even then. They want you to go on an agreement. How can you pay Scottish Power for the extortionate amount of money they charge for the gas and electricity on what you get from universal credits? Not a cat's and house chance you've got to pay them. So I did as I phoned them up. But before I phoned them up and started speaking to them, they phoned me up every single day, more than once a day, demanding their money, harassing me for their money, pestering me for their money that I owe them. They were sending me text messages. They were sending me emails, bombarding me. And into the end, something snapped. And it made me feel suicidal. It made me depressed. And sorry about the background noises. Sorry about that. Slight distraction. Now, to be honest with you, Scottish Power is the most despicable company I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. Actually, I wouldn't say a pleasure. And they are a disgrace to the energy industry. They're the most worst company I've ever dealt with in my life, and I'm 63. I've dealt with some horrible companies, but they just go above and beyond. So I recommend you not to go Scottish Power. And one person in the video put, "Whoa, what did Scottish Power actually do to you?" I've just told you what they made me feel like, what they did to me, and the amount of money they actually make. And oh, by the way, sorry, didn't really repeat myself. I've got some dogs in the room with me, so if you hear some strange noises, it's not me, it's them. And I've got 3, and they're all eyeing each other up. And who's going to bark first or growl at each other or play with each other? As you can hear. And I've got a bird in the hallway making these noises known. So if you hear some distractions, it's not me. The one's pretending to bite the floor, and the other one wants to play. Anyway, and I'll say one thing. The way Scottish Power made me feel was incredibly down and suicidal. And you think to yourself, what can you do about it? Excuse me. So I decided to do some research, and I found out there's a form. It's mental health and evidence form. I think it's called MH. I can't remember it. Sorry, it's gone. Bob the Goldfish job. If anyone's watched my videos, you know what I mean. And that form, you fill in your bit of details, like your name, address, and so on and so forth, and you take it to your doctor. The doctor fills it out. You bring it home. You get a photocopy of it, and you send it into Scottish Power. You send it into all your creditors that you owe money to, and I highly recommend you speak to Business Debtline. They not only do business debtline, they do domestic debts, and they will help you. They will give you a budget plan to follow, or you fill in, like listen all your debts and stuff like that. Excuse the doggy's barking. And it will help you get through this sort of situation. But it really boils down to, don't give up. And sorry, bear with. Sorry about that. The doggy's barking. Now, I've come through the other side with Scottish Power, and now I'm back at work, and because all the bad press they've got, they've changed their tune, because the way I public make videos on their disgraceful behaviour, they now, when they phone me up, they ask me, how am I? Not sort of ask me on my identification and all that first of all. They actually ask, how am I? Which is a good positive sign. So, Scottish Power, you get 1 thumbs up there. Only 1. But I am sorry, but you still painted yourself with a disgraceful brush. Meaning to say, you can't change a leopard for its spots. If something positive comes out, and I've had to go through all this, and thankfully I'm not dead by now, that's my daughter walking across the floor upstairs, because these houses are not built like they used to be. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's really quite highlighted the despicable behaviour of Scottish Power management and customer services teams that have dealt with me in the past. Scottish Power's management should be absolutely disgraced because they are absolutely atrocious, and they should know better, and how they've implemented the systems and allow it to be continued using offshore call centres and not deal with UK. It's all about profit. It's all about getting as much money out of you as they can and charging extortionate rates of electricity. Not fair. Um, in my eyes, they're a despicable company, despicable management, and despicable customer services, because the way they've trained their staff, the way the staff have had to be pestered to, sorry, let's reword that, the way they pestered customers for the money. So at the end of all this, what do I think? Don't go with Scottish Power unless you want a load of hassle. Don't go with Scottish Power because they'll make you feel like they made me. And I hope they don't. And I hope there's something positive that comes out of this, and that is they've learnt from me that they can't treat people like this. We're human beings, we have feelings, we're not robots. I just can't imagine. Well, let's just put it this way. I'm going to be blunt and honest with Scottish Power. The management have must got their heads stuck up their arses so far up they don't even see daylight. They're not in touch with reality. They're a load of utter morons and stupid, idiotic people. They can't run a company and put people first instead of consideration of profit before people. Sorry, Scottish Power, but you're an abysmal company. You're rubbish and you're utterly, utterly useless as an energy company, and customer service team is a disgrace to you because you have failed us customers and you will never have my customer again. And where I keep getting pestered for a contract, you've got not a cat's and hell chance of getting one out of me. I'll pay off my debt and I'll leave you. So anyone watching this video, be warned. Scottish Power is an absolute disgraceful company to have dealt with. And I can only speak from my own personal experiences, my own phone calls, my own messages, and what I think is personal to myself. And I will highly recommend you do not go with Scottish Power because they're an utter disgrace to the energy industry. So there's my views. And yeah, so has Scottish Power changed? Only in the respect of saying, hello, how are you now? And as soon as I've paid my debt off with them, I'm leaving them. And I will never, ever, ever return. And next time I go with an energy company, I will do some thorough investigation and see what their customer service is like, customer reviews, and so on and so forth. So if anyone wants to go with another energy company, I highly recommend doing your research first before you leave the company you're with. Make sure you pay all your debt off and find a customer. Find a company that cares about its customers, not like Scottish Power did. So I just got a dog jumped up on my settee with me. So there we go. In a nutshell, Scottish Power is absolute rubbish. I'll never recommend them to anyone. And put that in your pipe, Scottish Power, and smoke it, as the old saying goes. And if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel to hear more on other videos and what I do when I do them. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.